Figure out how this thing works. Wait, so how do I have to go to my YouTube store, right? Oh my gosh, I haven't been here in freaking, I think it's just been a few days. It's only been a few days! What's this? Okay, I'm just gonna come here and say a few things, and then I'm gonna go to see, because I forgot my garage opener on the car. Don't judge me! I'm a very forgetful person who don't know this. Something new. Okay. So, thank you. Okay, so pretty much this whole situation, the reason why it happened. Oh, my address on this? Okay, so the only reason why this happened is because it was a $26,000 car, and I guess they wanted to make more commission, so they went with 50,000. Or it's because I don't have any down payment. I really don't care, honestly. Like, it's really not my rock. But I'm super glad because my aunt was here when I got the car, and it was funny because she was trying to, my grandma, because my aunt works, at the bank and stuff, and she's doing the math, and my grandma was doing the math, and they're like, honestly, like, something doesn't add up here. Like, I think they knew that they were fucking with us or something, or fucking with me at least, and I don't think they were very happy about it, to be honest. So there's that, and then, I mean, you know what I mean? And it was just one really bad situation. Like, they kept asking me if I wanted my mom to co-sign because I think their idea was to get my mom to co-sign so they can drag up the interest rate and get me to put more money, be like, oh, okay, yeah, exactly the yo-yo scam you guys were talking about. Because they thought I would fucking care that I'm driving a brand new fucking car. And I'm like, dude, like, I've made it pretty clear on my social media that I fucking want a Prelude. Like, I mean, if you know cars, right, you would be pretty clear on it, like why this car would probably not be what I want. And like, if you know cars and you already understand how a Prelude works, you automatically will understand that I would probably not pay more money for this car. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty sure if you guys have seen me drive, like, I try to turn everything off. So like, I turn off the brake because it's actually super fucking dangerous. Like when I'm like, I know I kind of ride people's ass, but that's kind of how you get in. Alright, anyway, so I have to turn that shit off. And then when there's a lane changing thing, I turn that shit off. And then for the camera, I also don't use it because every time I use the back, like reverse camera, I always park like shit. And we all have seen this parking like shit. And every time I don't use it, I park perfectly fucking fine. Thank you. And then there's the cruise control, which is actually super fucking dangerous, dude. All right, you know how it gives you like 5 car distance, right? But then if someone cuts in front of you, it like brakes like so fucking hard. Like I would be going 70, and because someone switched into my lane 5 cars ahead, it will brake so fucking hard. Like it will jerk me, and I would be like, holy fucking shit! Like I could have caused the whole entire fucking accident behind me. You know what I mean? It doesn't even like slow down. It like stops. You know what I mean? Like there is no like gradual, let's eventually slowly stop, right? No. If a car comes into your fucking lane, it will slam on the fucking brakes like there's no fucking tomorrow. Like it doesn't go 70, 60, 69, 68. No, it goes from like 70 and then it tries to get so fucking low because the car's in front of you, right? That shit is so fucking dangerous. That's why I never use cruise control. And then I try to turn off that automatic brake thing if a car gets too close to you because I'm switching lanes and it's like braking in the middle. It's like on the verge of braking because it will flash the lights to brake, right? And then it will like flash the lights, and if you don't brake, it will brake for you, which means it's going to cause a car crash behind me. So like honestly, that car is so fucking dangerous. Like the cameras are really bad. Oh yeah, and let me get to Android Auto. Thank you. Android Auto was also very bad. It's not Android Auto itself because it's still running perfectly fine on my fucking phone, but for some fucking reason, my car cannot get to it. And it's really, really fucking annoying because the setting is not on my phone, because my setting on my phone is perfectly fine. I have to go into my car setting and then reset the car setting. Oh my god, dude. It was so fucking bad. And like, honestly, the car is only $26,000, right? 26, 27, right? But yet they want to give me $50,000 in interest. So yeah, obviously, people would be like, wait, like, what the fuck? If they just turned it into like 30,000 or like 35 or 31,000, it would have passed. But you know what? They wanted to get greedy with the fucking commission, thinking that I would be like, oh yeah, I deadass want to fucking buy this car, and I'm telling you, I want a fucking Prelude, and you guys just don't fucking listen. Like, that's not really my fucking problem. I'm pretty sure all the people who know cars, they'll be like, dude, like, I don't think she's gonna fucking buy that car because it's not a Prelude. And if she's really into old schools like I am, and I'm turning off the camera, and I'm turning off the brake lights, and I'm turning it, literally, I'm turning every single thing off, I'm pretty sure they all fucking knew from the very beginning, if you keep jacking up the price, she's not gonna buy it. She's just gonna fucking return it to you. I'm pretty sure they fucking said that to you guys, and I don't think you guys ever fucking took the fucking hint. So, you know what? That's fucking on you. And, I don't really mind some dealerships pretty much making the car like 8,000 or like 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000, stuff like that, because it's kind of like, I mean, I understand. I used to work at a cannabis club, right? And they used to charge like 50 cents per transaction. So like every single transaction that you had, depending on the amount, then they would take like a certain percentage. So it's kind of like, I fucking know that shit. That's why certain people, they'll be like, sorry, cash only, because they don't want to pay that transaction fee. So yeah, I fucking knew that shit too. That's why I was kind of like, honestly, like if I can't pay $2, $3, $4,000 cash for a Prelude that you guys thank you very much for, I really would not mind paying a little bit more. Plus, I know like Prelude people, like they know their shit, you know. No, it was hella funny because you guys were all like, "Oh yeah, you know, it's hella fancy now, you know, so it's safer." I'm like, honestly, like if they can steal a fucking Benz, like who the fuck do you think you are? You're a goddamn fucking like Honda. Like you think just because you got like, I'm sorry, it's just so stupid. Like, there's just so much stupid shit that they're fucking trying to do. And oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. I went in, right? And like, if they told me that I had to co-sign, I would have left then and there. I'd be like, okay, no, thank you, thanks for letting me know, but I think I'm gonna go now. Or I would have came up with some fucking excuse like, oh, okay, now that I have to co-sign, I have to talk with my mom, so I have to think about it. So I'm not actually quite sure yet because I have to co-sign. But you guys never said any of that shit. They never said, okay, so here, this is the part that I want you guys to understand. They never clearly said that they were gonna co-sign or anything like that. And you have to understand, these people have to sell fucking cars, right? So if anybody tries to threaten you in any way, saying like, oh yeah, it's gonna be gone. Alright, bitch, it's gone. Like, what are they gonna do? Be like, oh, haha, just kidding? Like, I come from China, I come from Taiwan. Like, you know that's all they fucking do out there, right? They'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? Okay, just kidding. Ha! Come back, I can do your price. I was actually genuinely trying to help you guys. But hey, you know, you done fucked up this time. Alright, no, okay, I need to stop blaming this situation. But, anyways, so if they had told me since the beginning that they wanted me to co-sign, I would have been like, hey, no thank you, let me look at my other options. But the fact that they try to do it from, like, under me is kind of where I'm like, this seems kind of sketchy. But since I already did sign the forms and already did go through everything, and you know what? This is a pretty formal situation that I cannot actually back out of, because you know what? When you buy a car, it's kind of like, well, you should have read the fine lines. You should have read the fine text or small text, whatever the fuck you want to say. And then you should have made sure that everything was exactly how it is. And that's actually why I like Craigslist a lot, because every single time someone sells you something, it's like, you cannot really hold the other person liable, and it teaches you a lot of things. You know, you can't just be like, oh, haha, I would like to return it, because you know what, it's not actually correct. You know, and that's kind of the main reason why I was talking about the Prelude, thank you, because I was like, nobody is fucking liable, legally liable, for what happens to this car. Nobody is responsible. Okay, here, let me use a simpler term. Nobody is fucking responsible after you give them the money. Period. Done. End of conversation. Done. That's it. Once he hands over the keys to you, and you hand over the money, or, I mean, anyways, but technically, Nobody's responsible for anything after that. Like, seriously, that's it. That's done. Right? That's how I saw it from a dealer's perspective. Because I was like, I signed the forms, I have the keys, I drove the car off. So even if I hate I literally hate that fucking car. Everything about it, I'd rather have, like, you know what I mean? And, oh yeah, sorry, this is what I was going to say, thank you. Instead of a $40 oil change, it's a $200 oil change. You know how much my mom's Porsche cost? $200 fucking dollars. And guess what? This is just a fucking Honda. You're telling me I'm gonna pay $200 for a fucking Honda? Bitch, are you insane? But you know what? I was already sitting down. I was already signing the forms. They spent like 2-3 hours trying to do my credit. You know what? That's fine. You know, I try to fucking help you out. I didn't complain throughout the whole entire thing. And for me to have this much bad things to say, can you imagine how long I've been waiting for something to fucking happen? And the thing that I was talking about on the internet about how it's like systematic oppression and how they're like, oh yeah, you know, it's kind of unfair because for people with credit cards, you know, rich people can always pay it off. So it doesn't make sense that we don't get a higher credit for paying a higher interest. And that's why I think a lot of people are kind of switching to cryptocurrency because they're like, well, I mean, it's not like people are going to like try and fuck us over. Either they have it or they don't. That's why in China and Taiwan, we just use cash and nobody uses a credit card unless they can give us rewards. So don't think, oh yeah, you know, whatever. Yeah, just letting you know there. So, anyways, there's like, I mean, this whole systematic oppression thing is not really a big deal, you know, in China or Taiwan. It's just kind of like an American thing, right? Because the only people that's really having a revolutionary war is technically just in America. Like, China's not really having a problem because, I mean, look at that guy in a BMW who pretty much, yeah, he died, actually. That guy who attacked a random pedestrian in his BMW, he died. And you know what the internet was saying? You know what? You guys are pieces of shit. Why the fuck would it be the guy who's on a fucking bicycle be responsible for him getting murdered? I think you guys are fucking crazy. Why the fuck would that innocent person be fucking responsible for that shit? And then you have people in America killing pedestrians, and for some reason, because they have a lawyer, they're perfectly innocent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure America is eventually gonna have like a revolutionary war or something, or they can just all pretty much. There's that too. And I mean, on an international scale, it would just kind of be smart not to be on a certain team, right? Because if you think about it from like a car manufacturer's perspective, thank you. Regardless of if they sell cars or not, they still need to sell parts, right? So if someone who in America knows how to fix their own cars, thank you, they can still buy Honda made parts legally, right? So why, like, does that kind of make sense to you? Like, why I would not want to make that connection bad between, you see what I'm saying? Because even if you want to be a dickhead to me, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to be able to sell parts. So, I mean, the only person that really loses is not really me, right? I mean, people sell oil regardless of anything, right? You know what I mean? And they sell filters. Oh, my brother does my oil changes, so then I don't have to go to BMW, but I always like to get the Bosch one from O'Reilly's because it's like $20 or something, and then when you go to the dealership, it's like fucking hell expensive, and most of the time you don't even know what the fuck they put in your fucking car. It's just like the legal liability, but then if you really think about it, it's not like you're gonna sue the fucking dealership. Alright, anyways. So yeah, this is why I want to learn how to fix cars, because honestly, like, remember that one time, thank you, at BMW, how I tried to cover for you guys, and then it didn't really fucking work, and then they switched everything out? That's kind of the problem that I'm trying to deal with, and honestly, like, I don't really want to be a snitch or anything, thank you, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, I wanted to go check out a car, so that's kind of why I was trying to rush, but honestly, I don't think I'm gonna make it, because one's in Fremont and one's in San Mateo. Like, San Mateo is fucking crazy. I don't like San Mateo at night, because I just think No. There's that the military side, and then there's like the not military side. So then I'm like caught in the dead fucking center of everything, and I'm just like, honestly, like, I'm just gonna not go right now. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I don't really want to go to the Fremont side either. Well, actually, Fremont's pretty chill. No, that's why they kept all their factory cars there, you know, because you know how Fremont has more. Hello. Anyways, so, yeah, it's not really a good idea because sooner or later people are gonna get tired of constantly being poor, and then you're gonna have a revolution on your hands. So that's usually why we don't do it. But well, Europeans do it a different way. They just give everybody healthcare. That shit fucking works. All right. Anyways, well, I don't know if Europeans have like, at least in Asia and stuff, we don't really discriminate against like, oh, what you did in the past, you know, kind of thing. And cops don't really exist, so criminal charges aren't exactly a thing either. You know, if kids are getting decapitated in public, you know. So I don't know if that's what's usually happening in Europe, and that's why, you know. So I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't know. But at least in Asia and stuff, because people don't really get arrested for certain things and there's no criminal stuff, that's usually how they're able to buy luxury cars, you know? Is that gonna make sense? And that's why, you know, the import tax is so high because that's kind of the point. No. Cars in China and cars in Taiwan are actually European made because they imported directly from Europe. But in America, they're all made in Mexico. So, you know, get yourself a Mexican friend because you don't want to fuck up that tie. I mean, unless you're a racist, then. I mean, it's all wins for us. You know, you guys have the factory, we have the, you know, so, I mean, obviously for us, it's a win-win situation. Why would we? Anyways, how about the black people? The black people got the blood diamonds, but we got the laser cutting thing. All right, no, but this is why I don't buy diamonds. But anyways, so yeah, it's not really a problem for me. I don't really care. I kind of wanted to return the car, but then I was like, this isn't a fucking like 30-day return policy situation. So I was just kind of like waiting it out, you know, letting people fuck up on their own. Because I knew they were gonna try and fucking do something to me, so I was just like, honestly, I just need to keep quiet and just like pretend I don't know anything, and like I'm super weak and shit, you know. So just let them do what they want to do. Is there any car that I really fucking want? Yes. You know what fucking car that is? I saw this shit in downtown Palo Alto once. Oh my god, this shit is so fucking sexy. I saw this shit driving around in fucking downtown San Francisco. I think it was some shit like this. It wasn't. What bird is in the crate? It was like some shit like this, and it was like a fucking red convertible. I don't know if you guys. Yes. Oh my gosh, have you guys seen this car in fucking downtown Palo Alto? Like, if you know cars, you have probably seen this guy. He's in this like red Rolls Royce convertible, just like straight up old school. Oh my god. And for you to be able to fucking fix that car to the point of like being able to drive it. Oh, maybe it was this one. Cuz I remember it was like the top was down and oh god. Anyways, but I think the amount of money it takes to restructure whatever this is going to probably be as much as like a Bugatti or like a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you really know the prices of cars and you know how like everything actually goes into it, you would realize that like getting a Lamborghini or a Bugatti or a fucking like Ferrari, they're actually super pretty fucking cheap. Yeah, that's kind of why I like old schools because I know the parts are hard to find. Well, nobody cares about aftermarket. It has to be all from dealership. Hello! And that's why it's impossible. anyways, no, that's, yeah, exactly. Anyways, not that, like, you guys know anything about it before I said shit, because everybody's already looking for those parts, so I try to keep my mouth shut about it. But yeah, knowing this much about cars, I think everything I said so far about this fucking Civic is probably why nobody fucking wants the cars. Anyways, so if I have to pay $200 for a fucking oil change, no, it was funny. I called Nissan and I was like, hey, so if I get a 2011 Nissan Coupe, how much is my fucking oil change gonna be? Cause like you know how like a '98 Civic is like $40, right? Why don't I get the Meteos car? Honestly, like I don't want to buy from brands that my family already has. You know, my dad had a Benz. We had that. That was boring. And then now we have a Porsche. That's fucking boring. And then I never had an Acura, but I hear Acura has really shitty customer service, so I don't really want that. I know the, oh my gosh, oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so you know how there's the Lexus, thank you? There's the, no, not the Lexus. You know how there's this, like, eco engine thing? Oh my god, it's so bad. It sounds so bad. Like, oh my god, I hate it. Like, okay, every time I turn on eco, it just sounds like my engine's about to fall apart. You know, it's just like, it's like rattling. It's like, oh my god, I hate it so much. Like, I don't like V8s, but like, dude, it's so bad. I just, you know, and then I had that on the Civic, and as soon as I started like driving it around and not just in idle, you know, I was like, I want to take this shit back, but I was like, no, I can't. This is my responsibility now. I signed the contract. This is my responsibility. I signed it. You know, gotta go through with it because when someone crashed into my car in the CLA, I was like, this shit doesn't even have a sunroof and the seats on the side. So I like this. Okay, so there's this thing that I really, really like about having like. Okay, so my uncle got the BMW, right? Thank you. So he had the leather inside is black, and then he had the outside is a lighter color. I love that shit. I don't like unless it's like all black. Then yeah, obviously that's nice. But I hate white leather seats. Like God, I don't know what it is. It's just so fucking bad. White leather seats are just so bad. I don't know why. But like if it's black on the outside and it's like rice color on, I was gonna say miso, but then I was like, wait, hold on, nobody knows what the fuck that is. So I was like, it has to be like white on the inside. So then, oh man, I don't know. I've had like light colored seats and they just look bad. Like it looks nice at first, but then it just looks bad. I don't know, it just looks really bad. Anyways, um, so yeah, I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well. But yeah, cars and yeah, I think I'm done. That was it. I gotta go get my fucking. What was I gonna get? Oh, Eastridge is pretty dangerous at night, actually. God damn it! I should just call them and see if I can just hold it one more day. Because okay, so this is what I try to do every day after work, right? I'll get off work and then I'll think about every single place that I have to go to in San Jose before I leave San Jose. Because I get off work at like around traffic time, so I have enough time to get home. But it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like once I pass that, like there's no going back. Literally. Oh yeah, I can buy a bike, huh? Yeah, my grandma's gonna kill me, and my mom's definitely gonna kill me. They're like very against me getting a motorcycle. Thank you for reminding me. Like they fucking hate it. The only reason they got that fucking moped was because it doesn't exceed like 60 miles per hour. They were okay with me riding it because it doesn't pass 60. Anyways, they're like, yeah, you can't speed on it. It's okay. And then like every single time I get into my BMW, my grandma's like, you know what? You gotta make sure you don't drive too fast because this is a BMW. I'm like, yes, I know, grandma. Oh yeah, and no offense, but 98 Civics, in my opinion, have a better engine than whatever the fuck I was driving. No offense, but it seems to have a little bit more power. And oh yeah, this thing doesn't really save any money. Like with $5, I could have gotten half tank, right? In a '98 Civic. I don't think, I don't think I would have gotten half in fucking this Civic Touring, And I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. Oh, this is what I was talking about with the Mercedes Benz. Thank you. So when I bought the Mercedes Benz, it had white interior, it had no sunroof, and honestly, I just kind of fucking hated that car. But you know what? When we bought the car, I never said anything. I never complained about anything. I never questioned anything. And I regretted it almost every single day. So I'm happy that my mom drove it and not me. So yeah, this why this time when I went to go buy the car, I still was not good enough because I mean, there's no way of knowing a fucking car just by test driving it. Like, I'm so nervous that I'm gonna kill your car that I'm not even gonna be able to test it. So, like, the fact that they never passed the thing, I'm actually kind of happy, you know, because you guys were all like, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people in, like, esports and stuff. They're like, oh, yeah, you know, I bet we can, like, get Christine to do this and get this to just fuck her up, you know? And I was just like, that's why I didn't really say anything about what I knew about cars, because I knew if I said something about cars, then you guys would, like, drop it. But then at the same time, like, I'm pretty sure there's other situations that could really benefit from this situation. So I was like, you know what? Let's just fucking go with it. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people on my Tumblr who know my Tumblr. Like, they knew based on what I like and what I like to hear and the things and models and, like, everything that you guys knew that I knew something about cars. Yes. And obviously, if you see me drive, I know, right? So, I mean, yeah, thank you guys for covering me. Not letting people find that shit because fuck. But yeah, thanks for the preludes though. I just don't have fucking cash. I'm sorry. Like, I would much rather pay interest, and I'm perfectly fine with the prices now because, and even if it goes to 10,000, it's fine because I understand like everything that goes along the way. And that's kind of why I wanted like a more, I know you guys try to mod the car, but honestly, whenever you guys mod the car and change stuff like that, it just seems like you totaled the car and you're trying to cover your, like, you're trying to cover something up. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, this thing's got like a stereo. It's got like, you guys installed something else, and I was like, dude, did this guy like either jack this car or like fucking try to black market some shit and just try to cover his tracks? Like, what the fuck is going on? No, I'm sorry. It's just like it makes me very suspicious because I'm like, is this too good to be true, or like, is this shit like something's like, you know? I'm sorry. I come from Taiwan, you know. We do all sorts of crazy shit. So I'm over there like freaking out, thinking like, oh, is this really good? No, my friend actually had a horror story from Craigslist. He said, he got, because they like to fix cars, you know, and they like cars, whatever. So they bought a car off Craigslist, and then after they bought it, the guys who sold the car came back to get the car. So that means they got the car and the fucking cash. So ever since then, I'm just like, honestly, even if I pay an interest, well, first of all, it builds my credit. And even if I pay an interest, I really don't care because you guys had to kind of fix it, you know? And I think that kind of fixing it, well, actually, not always, because I feel like the not certified or whatever, you guys just kind of like throw it out there and hope for the best, you know? But, besides that, you know, well, I mean, there's not really anything to be talked about. Like, if the deal just went clear and good, like, I'm not the kind of person to snitch and talk about the details because I know how you do business and how you would be able to do the business. So that's kind of why I just kept it under wraps and I didn't say anything throughout the whole thing. Because if you think about it, if anybody watches this about cars, like, they're gonna go into a car dealership, like, you know, and you're not gonna make shit. So, yeah, I actually tried my best to keep my mouth shut about everything unless it either benefited them or benefited me. I gotta go to Great Mall to get these fucking bags. Oh my gosh, dude, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I gotta save money because I got a car loan to pay. And I didn't buy these two bags because I was like, no, Christine, you can't do this. You got shit to do. You got shit to pay for. You know, and you know what? I don't care because now I can buy everybody, well, not everybody because I don't really know you guys, but I can buy my family Christmas gifts. But so yeah, what was it? I'm trying to purposely run the interest rate up because I want to see if there's like a middle ground. Because you know how like I ran the firm so much that they were like, whoa, 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 hold up, you know, get like $100 loan, save like $80, and that's just still fucking Oh man, that shit was so funny. And I think so many of you guys were doing it, like not botting it, like legitimately doing it as real humans. That they were just like, okay, you know what? That's not okay. I mean, shit, it's still up. All right, okay. Anyways, so I gotta go get this fucking bag, figure this credit card shit out because I've never. Oh yeah, I knew. That's why I purposely kept doing it because I'm like, honestly, like I just don't give a fuck. Because think about it, like, oh, this is what I wanted to say. So when we bought the Mercedes Benz, right? Everything was done. I'm dead serious. There was no wait. There was no credit check. There was nothing. And my mom's income. I mean, come on. Like, I'm not dumb. Okay. So I'm not really gonna snitch on Mercedes Benz, but just know that I know. And that's why since then I was kind of suspicious as it was. And like the more I told my family, I think the more they became suspicious. So like I feel bad for you guys, but at the same time, I can see why none of you guys ever rely on dealerships. Like honestly, like if you guys could rely on dealerships, they would be making a lot of money, but they're not because of this situation. And it doesn't really have a lot to do with the banks because I think yeah, exactly like my picture because the bank yeah, but then it's like why would you guys not like if you know what I mean? So it's kind of like so yeah. No, I actually, you guys, exactly. So that's kind of why I was like, honestly, like, why would I, like, it, does that kind of make sense now? So, I'm not dumb. Eh, no, yeah, that's actually why I started trying to, like, distance myself from them because of your insecurities. And I'm like, is this worth it considering I'm paranoid and insecure as fuck? Nah, and I just kind of cut everything off. Anyways, that is done. I'm done. I don't like to talk about this because I feel like a goddamn snitch every single time I fucking do this. So, I think everything I've said should benefit the people who actually put in work and are actually honest and have tried their best. And I hope whatever I have said fucks whoever is dishonest and fuck that person as hard as they fucking can. But yeah, I think this is it. Would I ever buy another Honda? Yeah, if I find a fucking, oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the thing. For some fucking reason, LA always has all the fucking cars. They had the old 8 Series BMW. They have, like, was it Texas or something? Where there's, like, a bunch of fucking Preludes. Like, what is up with this? Like, no, nothing is in California. Nothing is in Silicon Valley. Oh, because everybody likes to buy new cars. But this is also why I'm really nice to, like, big rigs. Because unless you want to drive that car, can you connect the dots on how the car would get to me without 100,000 miles on it? Hello? I wonder whose goddamn fault that would be. Anyways, I didn't say anything, and I don't even know who you are, so I don't even know how you're about to hold me responsible. Okay. Anyways, I mean, I kind of want to go in my pajamas, but then I feel like it's also very informal, so I probably wouldn't. I can wear my new Puma sweatpants. Thank you. I've been buying a lot of sweatpants that are like extra large and like so I can wear like layers. I actually buy men's, thank you, because then they're more high rise, and we all know my little love tummy here. So as long as we cover that up. Oh my gosh, look at that! It's skinny looking. But no, really, like, oh my goodness, like, do you see it jiggle? Or like jiggles. All right, anyways, so we're gonna. I know I was actually considering that while I was doing it. I was like, am I gonna get in trouble for this? Like, is this the same thing as booby streaming? Like, can I get in trouble for this? Alright, anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop fucking with people. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I forgot how to fix. Oh, we're still on 120. Honestly, I don't know how to fix it, so we're all just gonna have to suffer on 120. No, 1,200. I hate you guys. Alright, I'm gonna go. Thank you, and I'll be back to do some things later when I organize my life a little bit better, because these days I've been running around trying to get everything together so I can come back and sit down and do this every single day, but I just had to be running around and figuring stuff out before I can do this, you know? So, yeah, I'm gonna be back when everything is settled down. It's not Christmas shopping, it's just like, there's a lot of things that I've always wanted to buy that I haven't bought, and oh yeah, thank you. So what I plan on doing is just spending a shit ton of money and then just sitting on my ass every single day playing video games and just racking it up again. So until then, I'm gonna be wiping the shit out of my credit cards and driving around all fucking day and getting really fucking pissed off and irritated when I get home because I don't even want to be out. I just want like things done. But yeah, I'ma go. And I'm gonna come back when everything is done. And when everything is done, no, my dad taught me this a long time ago. He was like, if you don't finish something, or if you're not done with something, don't ever talk about it and don't ever speak about it until you're fucking done with it. So, I'm gonna go finish doing everything that I wanted to do, and then I'll come back and stream, and I will tell you guys all about my fucking adventures if I remember. Because you know I have the memory of a goldfish. Alright, anyways, thank you and goodbye.